You are just like me. You are not like any other kid out there who thinks summer is just video games, social media, sunshine, rainbows, and cold drinks. You think that summer is the only time you have an entire year to actually get stuff done, where you have a 2-month productivity period where you can grow your own business, you can start your own YouTube channel, you can make your own social media online marketing, you could get in front of everyone in your year, and you just have limitless opportunities. I'm gonna tell you right now that you literally have limitless opportunities if you focus, if you have productivity. Bro, we are not like them. We want to get work done. And that's why I'm making today a complete no bullshit guide to how to be productive throughout the whole summer. You definitely felt this in the past, right? For any single holiday, we would go in with this bang, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plan ready on the table. Then we would do none of it. We would literally do like one thing, then play like video games for the rest of the summer. It's not this time, man. This time we're actually gonna do some work. This time we're gonna come out of the summer holiday telling ourselves that we've done the most amazing thing ever. So we need to establish the metrics of productivity first. What do we see productivity as? Let me tell you here, it's not working for 8 hours per day. We don't have the attention span. We don't have the resources to do that right now. We don't want to spend our summers working 8 hours per day. What's the difference between the school day and the summer then? What we are trying to do is to leverage so much of our environment, so much of our focus and resources to work the least amount of time possible to get the most results. That's what everyone wants, right? To make it easy, to make it simple, to make it so we can actually see our results without spending like 15 hours on your desk, like journaling away, if you know what I'm saying. So you can actually still enjoy your summer holidays. What we're doing right here is genuinely the most productive routine that I've developed for myself in the past year or so. The things that I'm gonna talk about today, such as attention span, environment, the power of routines and sleep and fitness, these are the things that brought me here. I've literally been doing self-improvement for the last year, and I've been balancing like YouTube and balancing like reading. I literally read like probably a book a week, not to like flex or anything, but that's genuinely how I do work. I do my schoolwork. I've been doing GCSE exams, the British standard examinations for like 16-year-olds out there, whilst doing all these things, right? So I know sort of what I'm talking about. And I hope by the end of this video, you would understand a bit of how to be productive. So what I want to talk about first is attention span. You're probably watching this video and you probably already scrolled through the comments down below, or you probably like picked up your phone and just looking at it, scrolling through social media, like listening to my voice like a podcast. Let me tell you, that's not how it works. I have a story for you that genuinely used to be my life when I was like 12 or 13 years old. I remember I used to have like my phone when I was 12, right? I was not like any other kid who got their phone who was like 5 years old. I never had that. I was like 12, 13 when I got my first phone. And the first video game I got addicted to was like the worst thing ever. It was every single day when I actually like sat down, I wanted to do some like work and stuff. Obviously when you're 12 and 13, you actually don't have that much pressure on you. But I used to hop on this game called Surviv.io. Surviv.io, ladies and gentlemen, was this 2D battle royale game, like literally the rip-off version of Fortnite. Imagine a 12-year-old me playing Surviv.io while also going on Discord for like 6 hours per day. You would look at that and be like, this guy standing right here was wasting his life away. And I genuinely was. I remember each day my parents would come in, like knock, 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 check my productivity, and I would be so like embarrassed to just be on my phone, you know, playing this like mobile game that was just like the rip-off version of the real like Fortnite, you know. And maybe you feel like me. Maybe you feel like, you know, you got a phone addiction as well, just like how I used to. And that's fine. That's totally fine. Not in the sense that it's okay to have a phone addiction. It's the fact that you can change it. You could literally like switch how you look at your phone in like a simple process that I'm gonna detail in the future. Because like without realizing these insignificant objects such as gaming, social media, whatever, TikTok, Instagram, whilst you're watching like weird sexual images online, it's destroying your productivity, destroying your focus. It's literally the dopamine that like completely rewires your brain and resets your work by like 20 minutes every single time you do one of these instant gratification activities. So we got to look at that from a very logical perspective. How do we actually fix that phone addiction? Because, you know, do you want to fix it? I want to fix it. I've been through this whole process, right? So the main problem, possibly for you and like 99% of the people who say, all right, I'm going to be humble right now. I'm going to say, all right, I have a phone addiction. The main thing is that you need to eliminate the phone from your sight. You might have said, oh, I already done that kind of stuff. It's not that easy. What I did was a complete drastic measure of eliminating the ability for my eyes to see the phone, right? In this previous video I mentioned, you can watch it. It's called Atomic Habits Defeat Procrastination. I mentioned how you can just put your phone, like lock it in another cabinet, like away from your room. That's literally what I did. I would go like spans of days. I would literally, the most extreme, I went 5 days without touching my phone at all. I put it in this cabinet, like literally like 50 meters away from my room. So I actually wouldn't like have the intention to walk all the way to get my phone, then walk all the way back and just feel so guilty about it. That's one of the best ways you can leverage this kind of distance that just puts such like restriction on your mind, saying, I need to do work, I need to do work, I need to do work. Another thing you can do is, I see a lot of people putting their phones on their desk, like face up. That's the dumbest thing ever, man. Honestly, imagine like each time your friend texts you the ping, 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 ping. First of all, put your phone on silent mode. I don't know why people don't do this. This is the most outrageous thing. Put your phone on silent mode, then put it like face down on your table so you actually can't see the messages, so it doesn't distract you, right? You could go even a step further. I would really recommend this, because what a lot of people don't realize, that phones, when like you sleep next to them or you put them next to your pillow, they actually give you radioactive poisoning. You might think, all right, that's just not true. That's not scientific. It is. It decreases your testosterone as well. I'm going to tell you that. This radioactive poisoning could build up over time. And it could be completely detrimental to your mental health. So what I suggest is that another way to increase this kind of barrier for you to use your phone, right? You would go there and you don't want to climb all the way up there to actually like reach your phone, is by putting on airplane mode. This is completely like, it saves you like a few seconds when you open your phone, or you say, oh, should I put it off of airplane mode? That's like very, very powerful. And that's the primary way you can do to increase your attention span. You could do this for any other thing you feel like is distracting your focus. Eliminate it from view, just put it in some other room and like rework the technology on it so you can put it on airplane mode or something else. Maybe it's not electronics, maybe it's like drugs, but you know, just put it in another room. Hopefully that's gonna work. Never had an experience. All right, now onto the genuine work part. How do you leverage your environment to actually suit the work you're trying to do? I really want to start off with like 3 different environments, right? The first one is physical environment. I'm gonna talk about the mental environment. Then I'm gonna talk about your genuine workspace environment. I have a story for you again. I remember like 2 years ago, my desk would be absolutely filthy. Imagine my desk like this, right? I would literally have a stack of books right up here. Then I would another stack on my left-hand side, these kind of like worksheets that you get handed out in like the biology classes of your school or something. I used to have these worksheets literally falling apart. They would be like ripped at the sides. And when I genuinely tried to do them, they would look like they went in like the garbage. I picked it out, went in the garbage again and picked it out. It was disgusting. It was like one of those environments where you completely can't work. You look at your worksheet, it's filthy. You look at your desk, it's crowded. If you're looking at this video right now and you have a crowded desk, man, take 20 minutes. It's all right. It's fine. We all have this kind of stuff. But genuinely having so much next to you really distracts you. It completely like makes your focus so much worse. So imagine you're having a clean desk like all these entrepreneurs have, like YouTubers. They're not wrong, man. They're genuinely not wrong. Having a clean desk really improves your focus. And I can like, you know, say that's true because I've been doing that for the past year or so. Completely changed my life, man. Now about like mental environment. I used to like start work, then I have my phone next to me, right? About the attention span thing, I used to have no attention span whatsoever. I would go on like Instagram Reels and scroll for like 20 minutes. You know, a scientific study done by like whatever scientists. This is a very simplified version of it. But imagine you're doing work and someone taps you on the shoulder and they speak something to you. Without even like concentrating on what they said, your attention span was eliminated. Imagine you doing deep work for like an hour, then you just have this moment of shallow work. It literally makes it harder for you to return to that deep work. It takes 20 more minutes for you to return from that shallow working environment just from someone tapping on your shoulder. And imagine what Instagram Reels, whatever TikTok you're watching would do to you. Imagine the hours and hours of focus you actually can't get because you started work while reading, like watching Instagram Reels. So what the best way to do something like this is obviously first eliminate your phone, but to like do some deep breaths. They completely help you relax before you do work. It completely makes you like more focused. Just like sharp inhale. These kind of prolonged exhales. They really help you to calm down, to speak better, to whatever, to have more concentration. It works like magic, bro. I'm gonna be honest. And you might also say like, what if I listen to like music when I work? That's completely fine. I'm gonna be honest, it's completely fine for me. And the best things you can listen to, for me, at least, are these kind of like fairy tale, like meditation music. It doesn't have to be particularly loud, but the fact that your brain associates like these kind of like chill, relaxed, like really like deep focused music with actually doing work makes you like get into the zone much quicker. So I would definitely recommend that if you want to listen to music. But genuinely don't listen to rap, man. Like imagine listening to rap while you're trying to concentrate. Like them rapping about like the people in the hood. Like genuinely don't. Like don't even listen to any of those music in your normal time. Like it's disgusting, man. I'm gonna be honest. Alright, last. I'm gonna talk about the work environment, which specifically you can also say is like the technological like environment of how you're working. When you go onto your laptop, I find this a lot with like people. They open like Google Chrome and they'll have like 552 tabs open, and you know how like each tab like literally does not even have the icon anymore because it's so squeezed up. I just like, that's outrageous, man. Why do you need to have like 500 tabs open when you work? You know, you actually can't like differentiate between each of them, and when you try to click in, you actually you waste so much time. I can't lie. So the best thing to do is, if you never knew, there were like bookmark like options on the side of Safari or the top line of Google Chrome right under the URL for each thing, and you can like bookmark your stuffs, and that's so helpful. That can genuinely save you so much time. If you want to do like a past paper, you can literally click these bookmarks that takes like Save My Exams or whatever. If you want to do YouTube, just click that thing to YouTube without like delaying your focus, without having to search up these kind of things. And imagine if an ad pops up and you really like that ad. It's gonna save you so much time. I'm gonna be honest, use that. And also I suggest using an app called Rescue Time. This app just blocks every like social media platform, blocks any like email platform when you're actually trying to do work. And it's very good at differentiating between like what actually is work, what actually is you just genuinely wasting your time. And you can have this open on computer. It has a free trial. You can download it. It's called Rescue Time, and it could completely change your life, right? It's such a good application to use. Now I'm going to talk about like a very, very controversial topic. I'm going to talk about the power of having routines. You might be watching this video and you might be like, nah, I'm the guy who doesn't need routines. I have this perfect productivity routine. Like I have this perfect like productivity mind that tells me I need to bang, 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 bang at 12 p.m., 1 p.m., 2 p.m. You don't. I'm sorry, it's quite difficult to do that. And I'm gonna be honest, I literally was that guy until like a few weeks ago. Like I hated routines because I said, oh, it binds you to these kind of schedules. It really makes you like not be able to do what you want and you don't have enough free time. All right. The reason why you might like cringe, just like how I did, like outrageously hard, these kind of routines, is because they are so hard to follow. But that is a good thing. If you think about it, if you like draft right now, what you have in your mind, like this perfect routine, like you'd be waking up at 5 a.m, you'd be meditating at 7 a.m, you would have like 10 hours of deep work throughout your day. Imagine your perfect routine. And just, I want you to write that down right now. You can pause the video, you can stop the video and stop watching me. Like, come back though, but like genuinely write down like a few things that you would say, all right, this is how I plan my workout. If you want to like do it online, you could go to Google Calendar. Google Calendar is such a good application to just put in stuff because it already gives you the time slots, right? It's super easy. Like everyone probably, if you're watching the video, have like some kind of technology that you can write these things on, or like the notes thing in your phone. It's super good. Write down the perfect routine. Then you look at that perfect routine and be like, if I can do 70% of what's on my perfect routine every single day for every day of my life, I'm literally gonna be this productivity guru. I'm literally gonna have like the best life ever. Because the thing with routine is that it makes your brain think less. It makes your brain have to contemplate less throughout the day to make less worthless decisions. I was watching this guy called Hamza. I don't know whether you guys know him. If you know him, he's like this self-improvement, like big YouTuber online. And he came up with this such a fascinating analogy that can completely explain the power of actually having routines. He explains it so well from the fact that he says everyone has a certain amount of brain points per day. Imagine you're playing this video game and you have like this XP point, like thing, right? This whatever you call it, tab. Then you have like little like blue lines that literally make up these kind of tabs. And think about it, every day you wake up with like a full HP bar, right? You wake up with a full health bar. Then like throughout the day, because you focus on like, for example, choosing what you want for breakfast, your concentration goes down a bit because you use your mental energy per day, right? Your HP goes down. Then imagine if you had to choose, what like pen I'm gonna start writing with. Your HP bar goes down a bit, get a bit more. Then you think about, like what time should I actually do my gym workout today? Your HP bar goes to like half. Then that's when you start to do work. And that's why you can't do deep work, because you only have half the amount of HP you had at the start of the day. And then when you have a routine, let's say bang, 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 I'm gonna do these things, these things, these things. And also make sure you write some details, right? They really help. But it tells your brain that you don't need to waste these kind of things, like don't need to waste these kind of focus to make decisions. An average scientist says an average human makes 6,000 decisions per day. Imagine how like OP you would be, how overpowered of a character you would be in a game if you can just make like half the amount, like with the power of the routine. You can make 3,000 decisions, but you can make 3,000 concise decisions that repeat through every day of your life. You're gonna be crazy, bro. If you follow that, you're gonna be crazy. Like I'm doing that right now, and it's genuinely, I genuinely want to change my life. Like this is the thing to implement if you genuinely want productivity. This is actually a funny topic. All right, I'm gonna talk about mental health now. This is like a deep topic because mental health is one thing. When you go into productivity, you genuinely don't associate that with your mental health. You genuinely don't associate with how hard you work, how much you focus with the mental health you had. But I remember I was like 15 years old and I used to be absolutely obsessed with this girl, right? I would think about her like day and night. I would be like this neurotic obsession. I would just like every time I'd sit down, she would pop into my brain. And there was this one night when I was just like trying to do work and stuff, and then her image just popped into my mind, and I had this like panic attack. It was so bad because she actually didn't like me back. But it was so bad. I had to go next to windows, I had to open the window. It was like November or something. The air was like freezing cold. It was freezing cold. I remember I had to take like deep breaths for like 10 minutes in a row because I had this like palpitating heart thing. It was genuinely like the most one of the most scary experiences I've ever had. Like, I never felt my heart beating so fast and my breathing becomes so shallow. And if you suffer from something such as like anxiety, depression, these kind of things are hard cures, hard fixes to actually like get rid of, then I think I have 3 things that might help. At least it helped for me to get rid of like my crippling anxiety. I remember I did like a test of like anxiety levels on the NHS website. This is a kind of thing, if you're a UK citizen, you would understand me. It's basically the National Health Organization, National Health Service in the UK. It's a national thing. And then you could test, you have a survey, then you can test how high your anxiety level is. And I got like 12 out of 20. Like, that's bad. That's really bad. Like, if you get to like 15, it means like you're like in depression. You're like in a bad depression. So I remember testing that. Then these 3 methods, namely journaling, fitness, and meditation, helped me like completely get rid of that issue. I don't feel that at all. I think my anxiety level is probably like 1 out of 20 right now, just because of how much I managed to change my life. So I'm going to talk about the best one first. I think the best one is journaling. Journaling was like the biggest stress reliever for me, because I always like to write, right? But I'm be honest, if you are watching this video and be like, oh, I don't want to write, I'm not this like fantastic writer, you don't have to be. You really don't have to be. I just genuinely like took out a journal. Like, my mum bought me a few journals in the past, right? Like every mother does, let's be honest. And I was just writing stuff inside. And I just said how I want to become better, how I want to like do self-improvement, how I want to do this, do that. You actually hold yourself accountable to a lot of like good habits you end up building up, right? But the best thing is that it gave me a place to relieve all my thoughts. It relieved all my stress like instantly. When I write it down, it's like someone's listening to you. You don't have to have any friends to talk to, let's be honest. Like, most of the times, these are very touchy subjects that we don't want to mention to anyone. But it's the fact that we have someone listening to us, someone like a page, someone that would always be there for you. That's so powerful. And I genuinely like would recommend you right now to go to your house or whatever, find this like old journal that you had from like 2013 and just start writing. It's gonna like change how you view like your mental health. After you got that all down, you can reread it and you can realize, how can I get better? How can I actually like save myself? It's a very clear roadmap for you. Another thing that would like really help is sports. Whether it's like doing gym workouts, whether it's going on a long like cardiovascular exercise like running. Sweating makes your body release like whatever serotonin, endorphin, dopamine, oxytocin, like whatever. All these like biological molecules that make you more happy come from fitness exercise. And sure, a lot of people might say like you might heard this like myth that people say, oh, you don't actually relieve stress by like going to gym and like it's gonna make your stress worse, whatever. No, it doesn't. It doesn't, bro. It's just scientifically proven that it doesn't. And it, like, I feel so happy after I go for a run. I really feel so happy. I feel so energized. I get this like burst of energy, and this like sustained energy as well. I feel good. Like, I've done something. I can take this off my list. I'm just doing something productive. Is that feeling that really gets to you and really like keeps you, happy and less stressed and de-stressed. And the last one is sort of my personal favorite, not the best, but my personal favorite. It definitely does not suit everyone, but it's the one I've been doing for the longest. And this is meditation. You might be this kid, or like this adult, right? Let's say, oh, I can't meditate because I can't focus and I can't like relax. Right, that's fine. That's okay. I started from the same way. I could not focus. I remember the first meditation session I did with my mother last August, literally like almost a year ago, was me focusing for 3 minutes because I can't do a 5-minute meditation. It was the most embarrassing thing ever. But it's fine. You got to know that there's like a process of building it up. But it's the fact that Just tell yourself every single time, I'm doing this for my own good. I'm doing this for my own happiness. I'm doing this for my productivity. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so loved. That really makes you feel loved. When you speak something out loud, when you just mouth it, you give your brain the signal, I'm actually feeling better. And when you exhale, it really is like a stress reliever. It's like sweating, right? It's like anything else. It gets rid of this like energy inside of you. And you can really feel it getting away, you know? Like this out breath is so beautiful. It's gonna help you so much if you consistently do it. Right now, I can completely do a 30-minute meditation. Like I do a 20-minute meditation every single morning right now. And it's like my morning routine is completely ingrained into my brain right now. It's so, so helpful. I've been meditating every single day since probably October. So 200 days in a row, something like that. And the last one, which I think is so, so vital and so, so overlooked, is sleep, right? I'll be honest, I suffered from such poor quality of sleep. This was back when I was like 5 or 6 years old. I used to wake up in the middle of the night, like 3 times in the middle of the night, every single night to go to the toilet. I used to get so bad. I would wake up my parents as well because I had these like footsteps, you know, those childish footsteps. I like run to the bathroom and run back. Then I would like literally wake up with this kind of like soreness in my throat. It would be killing me because I'll be mouth breathing every single night and stuff, and like all these like dust particles. It's literally like hay fever without actually having pollen, if you know what I'm saying. Like I felt so terrible. Like my whole like throat was swollen up, like most days in winter. And I used to catch like flus all the time. This is literally the precursor of like snoring and sleep apnea. It's literally the precursor of not having good sleep in adulthood. And you watching this video can change this right now with this like simple step. It's so simple. Just as a side note, it's very important to have 8 to 9 hours of sleep. This is quite scientifically proven, and it's good for productivity. So if you're watching this video, you should do that. But the one thing I would tell you to improve your sleep is by nose breathing. This helps you so much. Not to go into any science of it at all, but nose breathing literally releases a hormone called vasopressin. That's the thing that stops you from peeing in the middle of the night, right? So if you do this, you could stop like making these constant trips to the toilet and like annoying yourself. Also, nose breathing helps you like keep the dust particles away from your mouth, so you actually don't like choke on your like saliva when you wake up in the middle of the night. That's super, super helpful. And how do you do this? Go to your local pharmacy right now, buy duct tape, tape it in your mouth every single night. Helps so much. Helped me sleep so much better throughout the past like week or like 2 weeks. I've genuinely implementing this. If you want to read a book on this, go read Breath, A New Science of a Lost Art. Such a good book. Completely recommend. And that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a productive summer. I hope that you have a productive summer. Yeah, man. Thank you so much for watching. Love you so much. And bye-bye.